did you draw stubble dots on your face?
What? No.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're me when I'm late to school and I forgot my homework and my pants are made of pudding?
No, I don't.
Well, what is going on, specials of the internet? It is your boy, D-WIZZLE. Thank you as always for tuning back into the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the Lego Movie 2, the second part. Very creative subtitle there. But anyway, we talk about the Lego Movie 2 that came out this past weekend, February 8th, which was 2 days after my birthday. Just throwing that out there. Fun fact there for you. And this is the immediate follow-up to the original Lego Movie that came out in 2014. And it stars the voice talents of Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, Will Arnett, Tiffany Haddish, Stephanie Beatrice, Alison Brie, Nick Offerman, Charlie Day, and Maya Rudolph. So, I believe most kids grew up playing Legos at some point. I was definitely one of those kids. I loved Legos. That was one of my favorite things to play with when I was a kid. Big part of my childhood. Though growing up, I never thought in a million years they would make a Lego movie. And if they did, I didn't think it would actually work. When the original Lego movie came out, I thought it was going to be horrible, honestly. I had very low expectations for it. I thought, oh man, this is an example of Hollywood running out of ideas and they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm like, it's going to be an hour and a half toy commercial the entire time. It's going to pander to little babies. It's not going to be funny or clever whatsoever. But surprisingly enough, when I saw the original Lego movie, I thought it was amazing, and it was probably one of the best animated films of that year. It definitely surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. But, you know, it did have clever writing. It was funny. It actually had a message. So, like, all that stuff I never expected to see in a Lego film. But that definitely did it. And since the original Lego movie was successful, they came out with other Lego films also, I guess, creating a franchise, I guess. That later created the Lego Batman movie, since Batman was in the original Lego movie. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I definitely appreciated all the callbacks and homages to different incarnations of Batman. There was a lot of Easter eggs in here that I really enjoy. I'm sorry, that I really enjoyed. Sorry about that. But for me, I didn't feel it was as clever or as funny as the first movie. I didn't feel the jokes were as fresh, and I felt it was a little too narcissistic and pandering to those die-hard Batman fans. I mean, I do get it's Lego Batman movie, so that's something you expect. But I know, I just feel it was pandering a little too much, and you know, just throwing shots at other DC characters that I feel are just as interesting as characters as Batman. But it's just my personal thoughts about it. But I did think it was pretty good. And then the Lego Ninjago movie, I thought it was alright. It was pretty solid. I definitely think it's the weakest Lego film they released. But I did enjoy some parts of it. Though it did feel kind of forgettable. And apparently it wasn't really taking ideas from the show that Ari was airing. There's a Lego Ninjago show, and I heard for people that watched the show, it didn't really match up with what they were doing with the TV show. So, but I guess it didn't really bother me because I don't really watch it. I still thought it was enjoyable on its own, but honestly, it didn't feel as memorable as the other two movies. It felt like, okay, it's another Lego film. But yeah, I didn't think it was awful. So honestly, I was just waiting for them to do a follow-up to the original Lego movie because I felt that was the strongest Lego film they've made so far. And to my surprise, they were going to make another one. I was so happy. I assumed they were going to do a sequel to that because, you know, it was real successful. But I just didn't think we were going to wait this long for them to do another one. I saw the trailers for this movie, and it looked pretty good. Yeah, it looked like an enjoyable time. It looked like it was going to have the same clever writing as it did with the first movie. I liked the new characters that they put in there. I was apprehensive about Tiffany Haddish voicing in the movie because, first of all, I'm not a fan of Tiffany Haddish at all. I don't like her. So just seeing her in any movie, I'm just like, ugh. So I was pretty worried about that. And then there's this other character that's faceless for most of the movie, General Mayhem. She seemed like a run-of-the-mill type antagonist, so I didn't really know what to expect with her, really. And it seems like they were going to do some sort of like twist with Wild Styles' character being like, oh, how come Emmett's the one being the special when you've been doing all the work and stuff like that? And I'm just like, oh man, here we go again with this forced women empowerment stuff. I'm like, I didn't really know how to feel about it, but I was still looking forward to the movie. I'm sure it was going to be fine. So I did see this opening weekend. Actually, I saw it the day before it was officially released, actually. So I got to see it a little bit early. And to my surprise, I really enjoyed this movie too. I feel this one is almost as good as the first movie, honestly. With sequels nowadays, you don't really expect for them to be on the same tier as the original, but for this one, I thought, wow, it went back to basis, and it reminded me of the really good elements that I enjoyed from the first movie. What I felt was missing with the other Lego films, Lego Batman and Lego Ninjago, I think what really made a difference was Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They were the ones that wrote the original Lego movie, and I felt like their presence was felt again in this movie. I felt like their writing was a lot more clever. It was with the times. You didn't feel it was pandering too much. And they're so attention to detail with the dialogue. When they see a little opportunity to add, something clever or an punchline or an Easter egg, they find the little things in the dialogue and add it there. So that's something I really appreciated. But yeah, once again, like this Lego movie is filled with hilarious jokes. It was so funny. And once again had likable characters. The animation is beautiful. I think the animation stepped up a little bit from the first movie, honestly. It was so gorgeous to look at. And I just love the world building of the Lego movie in general. Just the different worlds that they explore. It's just really interesting to see. Chris Pratt was once again great as Emmett. I really enjoyed him in the first movie, and he once again is really funny in this one. And I also liked Elizabeth Banks as Wild Style. I just love the chemistry between the two. It's one of my favorite dynamics of the movie. All the other supporting characters are good also. Will Arnett is also great as Batman. Unikitty is great, though I felt like she was toned down a little bit from her development in the first movie. I didn't feel like she had as much to do. She was pretty much there for action set pieces, but I still thought she was pretty good. And then Metalbeard, also I didn't feel had as much to do as he did in the first movie, but still thought it was pretty good. Charlie Day is Benny. He's hilarious. Spaceship. I thought all that was good. Surprisingly enough, Tiffany Haddish as Queen whatever wannabe. Nice pun there. But yeah, Tiffany as Queen whatever I wanna be. She actually was really good in this movie. This is probably my favorite performance of Tiffany Haddish, which is saying something because I did like her in other roles that she's in, but this one I wasn't annoyed by her, and she was actually kind of funny. I didn't expect that from her in this movie, but she did a pretty good job. Of course I recognized her voice from the get-go because she has just a really distinct voice, but honestly that didn't really bother me because she actually was an interesting character. Who would have thought Tiffany Haddish playing a Lego character is the most interesting role I've seen her in? Who would have thought? The other new addition to the Lego Movie cast is Rex Dangervest. I thought he was really good. A very welcomed addition to the Lego cast in general. I thought he had some really good dialogue with Emmett, and I liked the action set pieces that he had with Emmett. I thought all that was really good, and I thought it was funny that he commanded an entire ship of raptors. That was pretty funny, calling back to Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World when he's a raptor trainer. So I thought that was pretty clever. So overall, I did think this was a really enjoyable movie. However, there were some things here and there that I felt wasn't as strong as the first movie. I felt like towards the third act, I thought the story was starting to get a little muffled, and there were some things that didn't fully make sense with the plot and exposition, and there's some inconsistencies with some character motivations. I'm not going to spoil what happens. There's a certain thing that happens with Rex Dangervest. It's kind of a twist with him that I see what they were trying to do with him, but I don't know, it wasn't as tight of a story as it was with the first movie. And also I felt the message in the original, I thought, hit me more than the message in this one. It honestly felt like they were in this movie, I felt like they didn't know what message they were trying to give. They were trying to do more than one at the same time, and it just didn't fully come around for me. But it didn't completely ruin my experience of the film. It just felt like the writing could have gone through a couple of re-edits towards that third act just to make sure it flows better. And also Maya Rudolph, who is the mom of the two kids in the real world, I didn't really care for her, honestly. She was just there, and she was a little too comedic to me. She was trying to be too funny. Like, that was one of the characters I felt was trying too hard to be funny. But I honestly just expected her to just act like a regular parent, you know, because that's what Will Ferrell did in the first movie for the most part. And you know, that actually helped with making the message in the first movie more emotional and hit you right here. But with Maya Rudolph, I didn't feel that punch, honestly. But overall, those are just like little things that I felt they could have done better. Also, there's more music in this movie, which I didn't expect at all. There's literally a song called "This Song's Gonna Get Stuck Inside Your Head," and it did get stuck inside my head for the rest of the day, honestly. That was pretty funny song. And also there's this song that's throwing shade at Batman, which I thought, oh, thank you, that was so good, that was so clever, so funny. And I like the certain remixes they did with Everything Is Awesome. But yeah, just all the music in here is good. Even Queen Whatever I Wanna Be had a song. Tiffany Haddish is singing, and I even enjoyed that. So who would have thought? But overall, this is a really enjoyable film. I think the entire family would enjoy this. Yeah, I definitely recommend seeing it if you guys haven't seen it already. But overall, I will give the Lego Movie 2, the second part, A-. So what did you guys think about the Lego Movie 2? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment your thoughts and let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like. And please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 50 subscribers. I would really love to hit that goal by the end of this year. And hopefully we can get to 100 if we can overachieve. Who knows? I would love that. But anyway, thank you as always for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Keep it awesome. Bye-bye.